It's time for the talking to stop and the fighting to start. This should be good. I'm Todd Grisham. Next to me, of course, is Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
Time for our tail of the tape. And it's Nigel, the Dark Destroyer himself, Nigel Benn. And when you talk about legendary fighters from England, this man has to be on the list. Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time, Pensacola's finest, an undisputed champion at 4 different weight classes.
You can hardly hear yourself speak. The fans are going mad for this.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from London, England, here is a middleweight and super middleweight champion of the world, known as the Dark Destroyer, introducing Nigel Benn. Fighting out of the blue corner, from Pensacola, Florida, here is a middleweight, a super middleweight, a light heavyweight, and a heavyweight champion of the world, Roy Jones Jr.
These two have certainly talked the talk. Now they've got to walk the walk.
Todd, all I can say, heaven on earth. Heaven on earth.
Under the bright lights here for this one. Really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight.
Let's go.
And there's the bell to start the round. Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. One of the hottest tickets around. It's standing room only for this, our main event.
You can walk into an arena and be the hero. The pressure, the expectation, the desire from the fans. You can't get away from it. Ignore them. Lock it off. I know it's hard. I can hardly hear you, Todd. You've got to ignore them. Get on with your job.
And he walks right into that right hand. And that's the right decision here. Veteran move to grab on, but as you know, you can't do it too often.
Sometimes you've got to go with the instincts. Hold on tight until your head clears, till you get your breath back, till the referee steps in.
Pretty close fight here in this round.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Gonna shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Perfect counter lands. He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Punch is beginning to take its toll. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter shot. And wisely here, they're going to clinch and hold on to stop this offensive onslaught.
You cannot do it too often because the referee is going to pull you apart and deduct a point.
Keep an eye on this slugger. As you know, he's willing to take 3 to give 1. That's his game plan, and it's worked out pretty well for him so far.
A win is not just a win for some fighters. They need to feel the blood, the crunch. They need to get that win.
Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it. Caught him.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. And he's being smothered here in the clinch and can't get his shots off.
There's a tactic to clinching. When you clinch, you're taking someone out of their pace. You're making them feel uncomfortable. It's something they're not used to. But there's a fashion of clinch as well. You can be a dirty clincher. Pull the arm out of the shoulder, lean on them, but do it on the blind side of the referee. So he doesn't know.
Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. I promise you, all 3 judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who. They ring the bell, and here we go. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Trying to land that jab. Counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be honest. You've got to be honest. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think.
Wise move to hold on here, but you can't do that too often.
Had to hold on, getting hurt every time the punches land.
So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. Halfway through the round, and man, these 2 are going at it.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dares do anything out of turn.
That punch lands. Beautiful counter punch. Everyone getting tired of seeing these 2 fighters hold and clinch.
You've got to save that in the back because if you're ever hit and hurt, a clinch will save your life. You've got to hold on, clear your head, step off again, push them, hold them, lean them down. So when you're going to use those clinches, do it on the blind side of the referee, then let go.
That's a very close round with 10 seconds to go. Good counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you.
And there's the bell to start the round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? Beautiful counter shot. And he'll try and muffle the offense there with another clinch.
You can't do that too often because the referee is eventually going to start taking points off you. You saw the referee watch, look, didn't say anything, just gestured to say, I've checked you. Now be careful because when he starts pulling, taking you out of your rhythm, it's going to get harder.
So once again, they'll clinch, and one of these fighters has got to take the lead here.
They need to be worried that the referee's not going to throw them out the ring. And
the corner's got to take a good look at their fighter. Some nice exchanges from both men. At some point, the corner needs to decide we have to protect our fighter. Didn't wait too long to get back and get engaged.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself.
It may not be pretty, but sometimes clinching is effective.
Tells me so much when a fighter's holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they don't know what to do.
Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Hey, those punches add up. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Wise move here to try and slow the momentum down here by grabbing on.
Don't know if it's a dancing competition or a fight.
Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter... We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. After that last round, something has got to change.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Should we be surprised if these two fighters go the distance tonight, considering how much they've emphasized their physical fitness? That punch landed. Who's willing to go where the other fighter won't? Good counter punch. Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two. Swing and a miss with that jab.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Guys that carry so much power, of course they're going to look for that knockout because it makes a night a little bit shorter. You don't get paid any extra for overtime.
Nice job getting that punch through. You can see he does not like being grabbed onto.
What you've got to do is you're doing it to get an advantage. The comparison is probably football. Ballers are...
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. A perfect counter shot. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next. They ring the bell, and here we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Misses with the jab. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize.
So his offense gets stifled there by a clinch.
You can't do that too often because the referee is eventually going to start taking points off you. You saw the referee watch, look, didn't say anything, just gestured to say, I've checked you. Now be careful because when he starts pulling, taking you out of your rhythm, it's going to get harder.
Tough to be a judge in this fight, and both fighters have had their big moments. And he misses with that jab.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Whoa, and you saw the balance go. The knees, the foundation, rocked. Maybe not as hurt as we thought, but he can't continue to take those punches. What is he doing? How does he continue to hold? The referee can take a point here.
tells me so much when a fight is holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they...
And he'll hug him again, but you can't blame him, can you?
Don't know if it's a dancing competition or a fight.
Punch is beginning to take its toll. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Can they finish it? This may do it. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. Well, he is in big trouble here. He may have been saved by the bell.
You know, I've been in fights.
And there's the bell to start the round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again.
Smart move there to buy some time.
You've got to save that in the back because if you're ever hit and hurt, a clinch will save your life. You've got to hold on, clear your head, step up again, push them, hold them, lean them down. So when you're going to use those clinches, do it on the blind side of the referee, then let go.
We're trying to relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. They exchange punches. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Oh, my goodness, and that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other.
Johnny, I thought they were supposed to hit each other, not hold each other.
Had to hold on, getting hurt every time the punches land.
That punch lands. This may do it. It appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they got shot.
We're always looking for that KO, and we could see an upset right here. Threw a punch and just got countered. Let's talk about Ben in that last round. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
Dominance without a...
They ring the bell, and here we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That's another scoring shot. Beautiful counter punch. Back and forth they go. Well, Johnny, we're in the early stages here. What have you seen so far? Smart move to grab a hold of your opponent, but obviously you can't do that too often.
Sometimes you've got to go with the instincts. Hold on tight till your head clears, till you get your breath back, till the referee steps in.
Beautiful counter shot. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than average.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Seconds are so precious at this stage of the game, and we may see an early stoppage here. Apparently no rest for the weary. Thought about taking a breath, but instead, they're in there throwing bombs again.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone out.
And a wise move there to clinch.
You need to be worried that the referee's not going to throw them out the ring and disqualify them both.
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. We came here for a fight, and we've got a hugging contest.
What you've got to do is you're doing it to get an advantage. The comparison is probably football. Ballers are pretending.
Let's talk about Ben in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Hard, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. No rest for the weary. What a punch. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe-to-toe, heart for heart. You know, mano a mano, they're letting the shots go.
You gotta like what you're seeing as we reach the halfway point of this round.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. The right hook is scoring. That one lands. This round's still up. And that was it! That was the big shot we were waiting for! Exchange punches. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. After what we saw in that last round, it's pretty obvious who has the advantage here.
As long as they don't get complacent.
And there's the bell to start the round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Hey, sometimes the best thing you can do is to grab your opponent.
It tells me so much when a fight is holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they don't know what to do.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I...
Smart move to clinch there, but the referee's only going to let you do that so often.
You can't do it.
And they got caught! It appears that the moment of trouble has stumbling around in potholes, in serious trouble. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Now they've got to wake up. They've got...
Very close round. And what a shot. Another clinch.
They need to be worried that the referee's not going to throw them out the ring and disqualify them both.
Every time he throws a punch, Let's talk about Benn in that last round. Talk about a one-sided 3 minutes. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last...
And he will hold here, and good thing he did because he was getting beaten up.
Yeah, you've got to clinch. But the idea is just to get your opponent.
What a massive upset this would be. we were going to see the finish. Can the Dark Destroyer get out of this dark place? Looks like trouble was averted.
Green Day's now.
Nice veteran move here to hold on to his opponent to slow down the momentum.
There's a tactic to clinching. When you clinch, you're taking someone out of their pace. You're making them...
An upset of the year, perhaps, right before our eyes. And a good decision here to clinch.
Had to hold on, getting hurt every time the punches land.
Well, they're going, why weren't they more cautious? Oh, and that changes everything. And down they go. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that over and over again.
Even I've got to see that again. Where did that come from?
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes a lot.
10 seconds to go, and what domination we've seen in this round. Let's talk about Benn in that last round. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
They ring the bell, and here we go. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Couldn't land that jab. Swing and a miss with the hook. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
Good punch. Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
A very close match. It shows this.
Better be careful. The referee may take a point if he keeps clinching.
What you've got to do is you're doing it to get an advantage. The comparison is probably football. Ballers will pretend to hit and roll around 6-7 times just to get the advantage with the referee, so he tells them off. In fight game, I've got to get you to the point where you're complaining, you're getting frustrated.
A wise veteran move there to clinch.
It tells me so much when a fight is holding on. It means they've been hurt, it means they're tired, or it means they don't know what to do.
That's another scoring shot. They exchange punches. Well, it's a smart move to clinch, but you can't do that too often. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Nice counter shot. The judges have spoken, a unanimous decision victory.
This is the last thing we expected. What a fight, what a style, what a pace to get a unanimous decision. That is mad. I didn't see that coming. I thought this would be tight. This is nowhere near tight.